Welcome back to episode 6 of Crypto in the Park. I am Mike and today I am with Brogan.
Hello.
Today we're going to take a look at another crypto influencer and another crypto superstar, I would call him, KSI. And we're going to take a look at a couple of things, as we always do on these videos. We're going to take a look at, first of all, who is KSI? Number 2, we're going to take a look at the background to his involvement in crypto. Then we're going to take a look at how well or how badly he has done in crypto. We're then going to give you an up-to-date portfolio review of how much KSI's net crypto fortune is. So stick around for that. And finally, we're going to give you our conclusions on whether we think KSI is good or bad for crypto. But before we do any of that, what do they need to do?
Subscribe, turn notifications on, like the video, stick around. Watch it to the end.
KSI. Now, unlike most of these other people that we have on the show, I've never heard of them. This time I have, because he had a boxing match with somebody. He's actually had a couple of boxing matches. He fought Tommy Fury, and he fought Logan Paul.
Yes.
So I do know a little bit about KSI. I do know a little bit about the fact that he has a group of other YouTubers that he streams with. But can you kind of start from the beginning? Who is he? Where's he from? What does he do?
Right. Well, KSI, he's 30 years old. From England. Internet personality, I suppose you can call him. A very famous YouTuber. Well, probably one of the most famous out of England, I'd say. He does many things. He's the CEO of Misfits Boxing. We'll get into it in the backstory, but he kind of brought the YouTube boxing to fruition. So he was kind of like the forefather of it. So we'll get into that. And he co-owns Prime Energy with Logan Paul, as we said in the last video.
Coconut drink.
And then a few other ones like Sideman Clothing, which is his group. Sides, which is like a restaurant thing. And I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
XX Vodka as well.
Okay. And in terms of like his celebrity status, obviously we've mentioned that he's into boxing, but where did he come from? How did he start out?
Right. Well, he started out, in his bedroom, as most people do on the internet. He basically just played games with his brother. I believe the first kind of videos he made were FIFA. Okay. Which is what really blew him up. The FIFA. So in FIFA he'd do challenge videos. That range from many things. But the most popular thing to watch was pack openings. Kind of like loot boxes where you'd open a pack and you'd get like different players and contracts and whatnot.
Oh right, okay.
Right, and that blew a lot of people up. Especially a lot of people in his group, which he went on to create with a couple of them. He blew up from FIFA. Then, as he got more famous, he started to play other games with his brother. Horror games, that always blows people up. Crazy reactions. And then, I think that's pretty much how he blew up.
I remember somebody that he did that Make Me Laugh series, didn't he? Where people would upload 10, 20-second videos to him.
The Reddit things. That's something he does quite often. Like, he's got like 30 episodes or something. I can't remember.
He's a hard man to make laugh.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Now, he's big into crypto. You were telling me before we started recording, he's got an awful lot of NFTs. He's got a big portfolio. So let's look at this in two different ways. First of all, let's look at the actual crypto that he holds. He's not had a good run-in with crypto, has he?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, he's not got a lot of wins on record on terms of crypto. There's not a lot of articles saying he's won. Obviously, he's going to have the staples like Bitcoin and whatnot. He did talk about it in one of the articles, one of the interviews he was in. If he was the Prime Minister of England, he'd give everyone £100 of Bitcoin. Which obviously, I don't know about that. But, the idea he's saying, he reckons Bitcoin is, as everyone does. And, you can see he's not completely stupid in terms of, crypto knowledge. That he thinks Bitcoin is definitely the way. Talking about, inflation of normal like fiat currencies versus Bitcoin doesn't inflate like that. So, he does know, in that sense what he's talking about. Obviously, it's kind of a surface level, statement. But he's not a complete moron who's just jumped on to shill things to get advertisement from some random meme coins. But other than that, one thing I'll point out then, XCAD. I'm going to leave the biggest one for last. I think everyone might probably know what that is, but we'll talk about that last. XCAD was one of his things he was really showing. I don't think he was partnered with them or anything. But it was basically AutoCAD is a platform for creators, and consumers to watch, and it's kind of like YouTube.
Yeah.
And the benefits of it was within crypto, watching to get rewards, and obviously getting advertisement and getting paid in crypto as a creator. So it was trying to benefit both ends of the stick.
Yeah.
In terms of with crypto. So it was a good idea, definitely a good idea, and he was a big advocate of it.
But then he lost on that, did he?
Yes, I believe he did lose on that. It didn't quite take off as expected. So he didn't really win too big on that one.
And then let's now. I mean, there's an elephant in the room now, isn't there?
Yeah, I think we'll jump over to NFTs to completely cover as much as we can before we milk everything out of it, and then talk about the big elephant.
All right. So NFTs. I've obviously looked at some of the NFTs that he's owned. I've looked at some of the tweets that he's put out. But do you want to give us a rundown of some of the more famous NFTs that he owns?
Yeah, we'll go through a couple, but hopefully, it's maybe on the screen somewhere, we've got his OpenSea account with about 80 something NFTs. So I'll be on the screen somewhere if you want to go look at that.
Yeah.
But the ones we'll point out are the big dogs. So he's got a Bored Ape. Obviously, you got Bored Ape Kennel Club, but he's got a Bored Ape, the ape one.
Bored Ape Yacht Club, yeah.
Yeah, and then he had a dog, Bored Ape Kennel Club, I believe, and then he sold that. So for the Bored Ape Kennel Club, he bought that for about 7 Ethereum. I'll round it down to, and then he sold that for 6.
Okay.
So he didn't really make a big win on that.
No, that wasn't a big win.
Nah, it's very, very big lose. Well, considering the fact that it's worth 1.8 something, 1.82 Ethereum, I believe, right now. So he got out before it went too down, but still he lost.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But in terms of his Bored Ape, I believe he bought that for 25.4 Ethereum.
That's right, he did, yeah.
At the time. I think now it's worth 30.4.
It is.
Ethereum. So he's won a bit on that. Obviously, it's fluctuated up and down. A lot of celebrities, for example, the ones who everyone seemed to buy.
Justin Bieber bought the top.
Yeah.
As we've mentioned before.
So they've lost that. So I suppose you can kind of look in that regard. He has a couple of Ethereum for himself, but he hasn't sold it yet. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else he owns?
He owns quite a lot of crap, to be honest. I'm going to put it bluntly as I can. He owns this troll thing, which most of them look pretty useless.
Yeah.
But obviously you'd have to go to research. He's got 80 something. He's got a couple pug ones, which are basically, once Bored Ape Yacht Club got big, about 100 of them multiplied with pigeons, pugs, whatever it be.
There was, yeah.
So he's got a couple, hoping okay, this will be the next Bored Ape. He's bought a couple pugs, pug kennel thing. It doesn't seem pretty useless. It's just they're not going to put as much effort in, or there's nothing, no insight to add or anything to add, when you're copying someone. So I don't think he's got any money in that, but they look pretty useless. So I wouldn't go into anything further on his NFTs.
Okay, so back to the big one.
So yeah.
Do you want to go through what actually happened?
Yeah. So he was invested into a project called Luna. I'm sure if you know a bit about crypto, you've probably heard about this before. And sorry if you were involved. He bought 100,000 Terra coins, and that amassed to $2.8 million in valuation at the time. It shot up. Everything was going great. And then, I believe it was a depeg of their stablecoin,
correct,
which caused so much, Terra. Obviously, there was Terra. I'm sure there was a ton of other things, but that it just basically meant everything came crashing down.
It almost went to zero.
Yeah.
As close to zero as you can get it. Yeah. So he lost 2.8 million, basically, $2.75 million on that. And that stings an awful lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. For him, he makes it all back, but still.
He does. All right. So we've gone through that now. I think what we'll do now is go for a little walk, have a chat about him, and then close out the video.
Yeah. Right.
All right then, before we get to the end of the video, why do you think KSI got into crypto in the first place? Why do you think he started to buy his Bitcoin, his NFTs, his Luna? What's his motivation?
Well, I think he's a person who sees vision, and he sees opportunities of things which might be very new. So, for example, even from young of his YouTube channel, doing YouTube, I understand it was his passion. He was very passionate about it, but that was back when YouTube wasn't paying you anything, and it was very new, and it was just the internet was quite new as well, and it was just YouTube wasn't as big as it was now, but he was still keeping at it. Doing it every day. So he's definitely someone who can stick to things even when they might not see any light in the end of the tunnel. I have to make their own light.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And finally then, do you think KSI, I've asked this question about Logan Paul and Russell Brand in the past, do you think KSI is a positive or a negative ambassador for crypto?
I think he tries to be positive, but the things I'm not saying he shills things. No, I'm not saying I say that. Obviously, he's not. Okay, well, he's not shilling things, so he's not a bad person in any regard. I do think he's trying to do good, especially with his comment on being a prime minister, trying to give everyone crypto. I do think he wants good for people. I don't think he's trying to scam anybody. But obviously he has some bad runnings with some crypto things. But no, I don't think he's a bad person at all. I don't think he's trying to do anything malicious within crypto. I think he's just trying to make money, especially. But I just think he sees something great within crypto.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
I think there's a current theme that runs throughout these videos, and that is the people that we look at, Mr. Beast, Russell Brand, Logan Paul, KSI. They're all of a certain generation, or they all appeal to a certain generation of people who are going to be the next investors into crypto, the next people who buy Bitcoin, maybe the next people that become the next crypto millionaires.
Yeah.
And I think, like I've said before, I think they're the first movers. I think they enjoy new technology, they enjoy interacting with YouTube, social media, and I think Bitcoin and crypto in general, that kind of crowd of individuals, that's newer than the YouTube crowd. It's more exciting, it's more tech-based, obviously NFTs, gaming, it's the future.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that KSI and Logan Paul and Russell Brand and all of the ones that we've covered so far on our walk in the park, I think they are all positive influences on people. Like ourselves, we are positive.
Yep.
What do you think people need to do before they close this video down?
Personally, I think they should subscribe. I don't know about you, but I think they should also click the notification button, like the video, and thank you for watching to the end, actually. I did say that at the start of the video.
Exactly. And if you don't like this video, we will be stuck in this park as it gets darker and darker.
Yes.
And there's a good chance we're going to be eaten by the monkeys.
Yes,
so
and you never see us ever again.
Subscribe.
Yep. So you don't want that. I don't want that, especially. I don't think you guys would want that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.